Hi folks, so there is a game coming up in the battle for the Seven Kingdoms. We are in the semi-finals and two teams still fighting it out. So Superduck's fan club and Queen Elizabeth's Bastards, they have yet to start. So all three games still to be played. The winner will win by 5 in the final. And here is the situation. So we have Jing playing against Rupert this round. Superduck is up against Rightwaydown, and then Bamboo against Francis. And it's the middle one, Superduck versus Rightwaydown, that we will be watching. Now, do we have a minute to check the decks? It's just starting now. Okay, so let's join and then very briefly see the situation. So Nightwatch plays the long Voyage deck, which of course is wall defense and spam all kinds of characters with preferably Sentinel Stand in play and such, and mutinies. And the plan is to avoid reset, so there's Forgotten Plans in case there's some First Snow or Matkins Command coming, and there's the Crown to keep everybody in play against Duharis and Morgulis. And Duharis is the reset of choice, plus duel in here. And let's quickly just see the Bara Fealty. So this is a dominance deck, purely dominance. It has the small storms and even 3 thrones, 3 chambers, so going all in. And it has Robert, the fast one, and he's supposed to trigger trigger his ability from getting power from Storm's End and other stuff to speed up. Andrew Estermont also is in this one, 3 copies, and if he saves Robert, he can gain double power from that. Robert can, and there's no real threat of any cancels or anything like that against Nightwatch, so we might see that come into play. But then on the other hand, how is he getting killed? Because Nightwatch plays pass, right, in the challenges phase. And this one has Breaking Ties, which could be awkward for the opponent, and it has Duharis and Morgulis, so that Crown will come into play at some point, and we'll see how quickly dominance can be guaranteed with plots like Feast for Crows in here, and how much Knights who just spamming everyone into play can actually fight for dominance. I think that's what's going to be deciding it. So we jump in.
Personally, I think Robert's getting mutinied very soon.
Well, there's some good options for both players right away, right? So we have Sentinel Stand, which is massive strength for everyone. It helps fight for dominance. Even eventually, if you're not dealing with it, it will beat the throne, right? But Robert is also here, so immediately there's threat of power gain. And yeah, Breaking Ties, if his bastards come in, can take that Sentinel Stand out, for instance, or any other annoying card. But it's not like you can get rid of it. It's not like you can go Breaking Ties into Scene in Flames and immediately get rid of that. Works really nicely against some stuff, right? We saw in the past, in the last year's World Cup, I remember the decisive game after it was 4-4 in the final. Austria brought Baratheon deck with Breaking Ties against Martel, Hollow Hill, and that was an interesting situation because it's one plot where you can't really get Varys through because if there's a loyal card on the other side, the loyal character is just going to wait for the dominance phase and get rid of him against some stuff, or against some Voltrons that are non-loyal, or something that gains power, or something that annoys you, some kind of choke element even, right, where you pay a lot for something and then just gets returned. But here against this Nightwatch deck, well, it could return the wall, right? Robert gets milked. There is Delena's
It
gonna
could
search
have
for
been the
bastard.
wall.
Wall is
Could it?
non-loyal, right? Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be.
Character or
It doesn't.
location.
Okay.
Ah, there's an immediate crescent to get rid of that milk. That's quite crucial, actually. Power can be saved as well because it's there's a fiefdom in play. Crescent still sees some play. It was in every Bara deck early on in the game. I have since given up mostly on him, but in this kind of scenarios, very nicely does the job.
And do you know what kind of shadow scouts have Night's Watch?
I think there's Tetra Assaults and Forest Patrols for sure.
And I think there's the blank guys now as well.
The blank guy, yes. Well, if it's Forest Patrol, it could stop Robert winning the easy military challenge. That's why he's not bothering with that. He's gonna take the safe power one. And defend the red keep, but it's massively over reserve anyway. What do you think? Is there an immediate mutiny? Wouldn't put it past Superduck to have one, right? He has 3 in the deck. I mean, there's 84 cards still left in the deck. But, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it's not there.
No, mutiny.
Well, that's a problem now, because if he does this every round, it will go quickly. And it goes on the faction card because of the fiefdom. Although, on the other hand, it is 2-1, so...
So I did on the on just looking at the decks, I did thought that that might be a bad matchup for Superduck actually. But Micha said that he's not so sure.
Yeah, the thing is, Night's Watch can, especially with stuff like Sentinel Stand, it can fight you for dominance. If there's no throne, it wins dominance, as we saw. If there is throne, that 8 strength difference could be made up by the chuds being spammed and extra strength from the location. So I've had trouble in the past trying to beat them for dominance. And Traitor is discarded, which is interesting. Doesn't go on everything. Some targets
Yes,
still.
it doesn't go on most things.
Yeah, I remember. I think I played against this in one of the friendly open finals at the end of last year, and I won with Bara, Fate Militant. I had traitors and I controlled the power challenge. I think I had to put them on some 2-cost shots, or maybe even Builder of the Wall.
Yeah, like Builder at the Wall, but to be fair, it does have 3 strength and it's gonna be 4 when the wall comes in.
Yeah. It's quite an early Breaking Ties, and reserve's not great there. But yeah, Bastard of Robert will basically get rid of the best card at some point, I guess, in the challenges phase. Hmm. Yeah. So how much is Grizzled Miner right now? Just -2. But then it triggers Brandon's gift. Sworn Brother first, actually. Grizzled Miner might stay until after the Harris then. Still can be marshaled, you know. Okay, that's presumably the forest patrol now. And 1 gold left, so there isn't anything super amazing really that you would return to hand. I guess maybe sentinel stand.
You don't think that the builder at the wall is a good investment?
Forest patrol is non-loyal, right? It could be like a free military.
Mm-hmm. Unless he has to.
And power stacks up. So here is where Henry does have a free Morgulis in theory, where he saves Robert with that acolyte, and Andrew stays in play, and he triggers Robert's ability. It's not there's not going to be any counterplay, right? It's not going to be a risky play like it would be sometimes. Well, unless you go into Harris from the other side, yeah. But I think he will have pretty good idea when Superduck is prepared to trigger that Harris. Obviously, you don't want to spend it as super early in the game. You want to have that available. A duel, I don't think hits here, does it? There's
Maybe.
only Robert. I did not look in super huge detail at the deck, but I don't think there's going to be a window for duel.
I mean, there's the hair is available, but there also, if you want to do damage, by playing Morgulis, the crown is still here, which crown keeps everything at the moment.
And if you play Morgulis, I mean, even if they do die, just a new set comes in. That's the thing with this deck. Okay,
Mm.
fully defends the power challenge. Now, is there any weirdness coming in? Nightmares. Okay, thought there might be.
Mm.
That wastes Robert, basically. That was the plan all along.
Yeah, I think the more the plan, I mean, I think might be that he was hoping he would under defend and then you blank red keep, right?
Yeah, it's always a possibility. But now, even. Yeah, I can just win it back here, and Delena now also has renown.
I mean, if he finds the wall, right? Then those little messenger ravens, if you have two in play, it's like having a iron throne.
Yeah. But it's not the only source of power gain for Henry.
Yeah, for sure.
For at the moment he can do the military challenges, and that's. I mean, if it stays unopposed and Robert gets double renown from that, but Forest Patrols will at some point be there, of course. And Andrew, but yeah, he's not going to be killing his characters to allow him to trigger Andrew.
Super like playing pretty aggressively, I guess, for a Night Watch deck.
Okay, he's doing it now because Robert's blank. Andrew could still save Crescent or Delena and have it
But
gang.
then he can do it on Morgulis.
Yeah, and that only the lore guy is gone.
Mhm.
I wouldn't kill Crescent anyway. I mean, that's.
Not in this matchup, I think.
Does he use Breaking Ties on this? I mean, he could do that,
I mean,
especially
I would
now.
just do it because otherwise you're just gonna kill the Chad, so why not just return it? I mean, what else are you doing with it?
I could come. Well, it goes back into the deck.
Mm.
Has another one. I mean, it's not mandatory to use breaking dice. I guess he could not.
I was gonna ask if he has the one that comes in to defend intrigue, maybe. Dolores Ed.
No, that nails the faction card.
Oh, sorry.
Still a good round here for Henry. Could have just returned Forest Patrol to hand, I think, with the shot he claimed. Is he going to use it in the standing phase, or is it not getting used at all?
I mean, if it's not impactful enough, maybe just not do it.
Now will Superduck use the Raven?
And will the Raven draw the um, event, the mutiny?
Actually, now it would cost you Forest Patrol, right?
Yeah. But that's what Forest Patrol is for, to get.
Okay, so the Moon wants to choke a little bit of econ.
Were you thinking this is coming then?
Somehow I don't think he's getting really choked with that Brandon's gift in play. Can't
Yeah, I
play
mean,
Morgulis now because the Chad's gone, so
oh, true. Mhm.
could play the Harris. Castle Black Ghost. Well, now that is quite a big investment, to be fair. Would be nice to have it there to cancel Chamber, but I think the main plan is not to actually be losing dominance. And is Henry giving up on dominance because Chamber's thrown out for reserve and Storm's End earlier? Both copies now gone. Think he's now going to try to just win with military challenges and renown rather than dominance. As good as some of these tricks are, having the chef Robert to keep everyone dead would also be quite fun. Although he would get mutinied at some point, which would be pretty sad. You can fight them for dominance a little bit in control, where there's some nil going around and such. But here they will be standing there for the strength contribution. So the Harris Superduck keeps almost everything. I think Delena and Crescent will just go now, right? Yeah. But what is Parley doing? Calling power? Guarantee red keep? Or is it calling intrigue? It's not calling military, surely.
Just a normal number of characters to keep for the Harris. Okay.
Does call military, which is interesting. Does that mean he's running out of characters and is actually worried about it? Wouldn't think so. Or maybe just thinks he wants to do the power. Although I don't know. It doesn't seem all that pleasant. I would consider just calling power. And the round goes through, red keep is guaranteed. Well, there's claim soak and there's power icons anyway. And another chamber, but he's not winning dominance in a million years. Well, Edric's now here.
Well,
He can
Yeah.
remove 3 at the moment. If there was Forest Patrol, could have removed 8. 6. Do we have the wall?
So, what can Rightwaydown do with the Grumbold in challenges? Does he have nightmares, you said, I think?
I think so, yes. 2 nightmares. Oh. Well, that may be useful. Stands defenders, stands cancels red keep potentially. Okay, let me read this again, because it's so complicated. Limit once per phase on the stand, but if it's standing, you can interrupt any location. Okay. Another milk. Crescent's gone now. So maybe we don't even see Malin being used. So Parley called, what is military? Yeah. So the only thing you can call basically is Robert on power or the intrigue one. Suspiciously weak power challenge. Is he hoping for...
Sorry, I was gonna say, if you have nightmares in hand, you can hope he under defense. I mean, even it's hard to defend if he has nightmares, like if Sentinel stand is blanked.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. Hoping for just
I was
one of
saying
those
it.
guys, or two of those guys to defend, and then you play nightmares. But no reason not to just defend a bit more strongly, because there's so many characters still there available.
I said it before, but I was mute.
Oh.
And is Mulling gonna call intrigue now, or is he happy to use Castle Black's ability to stand the big power icon?
I think he won't call anything. If he does intrigue Andrew, then you defend, you lose, and you do one back. That's free.
And you stand the minor light.
I think he's already done that now, so that's limit once per phase. He stood builder at the wall.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is the one that matters really, but also in a way where you would still ideally win dominance. There is 9 for Bara, and you have to consider that Edric takes your biggest one away. So I don't think you can push this power challenge through successfully. But that it still might be better to win this than to win dominance, because Castle Black will just cancel Chamber, and it's not such a big deal. Unless it wants to cancel Red Keep, but then if you win power, Red Keep's not triggering anyway.
That is already
Oh, he's
been
already won it
cancelled.
on defense anyway, yeah.
By the way, sorry if there's background noises. A lot of stuff happening apparently.
Oh. Okay. Is he going to do anything at all is the question. No. Is it still enough? It is, just about. Okay. So it's 5-3. Now do we do mutinies and stuff? I don't imagine we do, because Robert is safely milked at the moment.
It's 5-3 and that's without the wall, so maybe that's trouble for Rightwaydown here. But still, well, actually, the Morgul is not pretty good. There's no Lord Chat in play.
He has Edric, so if he got the throne, then he gets a lot of power, right? With Chamber and with Fist for Crows.
Well, chamber, I don't think it's going to trigger.
Yeah. I would have called power this round. Didn't really go well for him, and he would have got, in theory, red keep when he was making the decision, but okay, Castle Black came later anyway. Okay, so we have Forgotten Plans and Burning the Books. So Forgotten Plans does nothing in the plot phase, and Burning the Books, well, can't really get rid of both, but one of those is his own, so getting rid of Milk is just fine.
Oh, okay.
So actually, that plan to always move power away, you don't always want to do that, because Burning the Books has this ability that it repeats. But then against a deck that plays 3 mutinies, maybe you do just want to save everything immediately.
I didn't realize that you have to discard from a character.
I thought that plot would be everywhere, but actually it's in some decks. It's not going too crazy actually. Haven't
Actually,
seen. Yeah.
I think this team, Rightwaydown's team, Queen Elizabeth's Bastards, they have it like in every deck, or I mean, at least 3 out of 4, but maybe every.
Yeah, I have not yet seen that play where, let's say there's a Baratheon or something and you discard 5 attachments from it, like you do with Shadow of the East. I have not seen that happen. I've seen 2 attachments go at the most.
I mean, it's quite costly to do that, I think.
I mean, if there is an opponent who's going crazy with attachments, if it's specifically Kohor, I'd get rid of all my power if I could, just to get rid of their attachments. They're usually dead without attachments, those decks.
Yeah, but okay, Kohol, maybe you have enough power, but
Well, the problem is now that he's marshaled no additional characters, just Econ, which he didn't even kneel because he knows that dominance is not looking good. And there's stuff being spammed from the other side. Still no wall though. So there is time. And still the Harris and Morgulis to go through.
there's a question on the Discord. Is there Mad King's command in the deck? And I don't think there is. There's the Harrison Morgulis right for resets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're not streaming, so that's pointless. But yeah.
Yeah, he has Forgotten Plans and Crown, so he would be playing around that Matkins command all day. Yeah. Okay. What do we do
And
here?
those potential nightmares still in hand.
Yeah, I mean, if you defend with everyone, it should be safe enough, I think.
But then you are almost for sure losing Ominous, or no? Maybe not.
Yeah, but winning Power Challenge now also comes with the Starry Sept trigger.
Yeah, which Robert is well worth blanking if it comes to that, right?
Maybe.
But actually, I mean, since he has disputed claim, maybe not so much.
Yeah, Disputed Claim also is on the verge of being turned off. Okay, now it would work if he has nightmares.
And he does.
He's losing the power back though.
Never mind.
Judgment, Hand Judgment. There we are. But that was the last card, and he's losing power back, and red keeps not going to trigger. Oof, and yeah, just in case.
The counterplay.
Well, he won the power though, so some minor gain there. And there's so much invested that dominance will now, he'll need to have a good count again.
No, I mean, in the dominance, all of their strength goes back up, so I can't imagine.
Yeah, but Builder doesn't contribute because of the attachment, and then Edric takes out what, the one that just came in, and there's 3 gold still, so
Okay.
I mean, okay, Knightswatch is winning, but not if they do 1,000 challenges here. I'm sure they'll do power with everything. Or, well, now it's open information, so
No, it's not worth it.
you need...
Red keep defends it either way.
Oh, now there's so little strength because everything is... Oof, okay. So now there's actually no hope of winning the power challenge.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. Bara has empty hand, and
Yeah, then Castle Black, I guess,
I
cancels red
think,
keep.
yeah, Kesselbeck can cancel it, and I don't know though the dominant situation. Might actually goes to Bara.
No, no, no.
Like Bara has.
No, I think Nightwatch has it still. They have like 13 or something, even with Edric. Yeah.
Mhm.
If there wasn't a double hands judgment for Henry, that would have been a disastrous round. Because he would lose power on attack and then power back as well. Okay, still you can't play Morgulis, so there's or Harris not that well, so I don't think Superduck will crown. He does, okay.
Yes.
So now the two resets will hit. Although Harris, as we keep saying, is not amazing, and now there's Aemon for Morgulis even.
I mean, and yeah, Morgulis is also not amazing, to be fair, because Robert doesn't have a dupe so far.
I think Henry needs to get the throne to make this one interesting now.
And what does he have for this?
Shadows. I
A
have
priestess.
no clue. He does have Shadow Priestess, yeah.
And a sweet slip on Andrew.
Yeah.
I don't think Andrew was getting any of the attachments. I think Robert's getting all of them.
Oof.
And there's the
I told
I
you it was
think
rough for Bara.
I think that it might be in game. I mean, there is still Morgulis that kills almost everything here, but I don't know. Like,
And there will be a lore Chad when the priestess comes in.
do we know it's priestess?
I think it's priestess. And if she needs something and you do a challenge, Castle Black can stand it right back. Now that Delena's gone. Yeah. I think you need to initiate the challenge first and then do Shadow Priestess, right? I don't think it was enough anyway. Although you do need to put, well, at least if Castle Black didn't just stand Grizzled Miner, you would need to put the recruits into the challenge as participating characters. Now you might be able to use them to give renown to some hob or something that stays in play. I don't know whether that's worth it. Have a good think, I guess. Also, this is one round where absolutely you don't want to lose dominance. Don't think he will, but again, if everything goes in a challenge, it's not super guaranteed. Well, chance to trigger Andrew. And he actually does.
Sorry, keep talking again when I'm muted. But I did not expect that to trigger now because surely you would want to Morgulis. But basically, Superduck can do all three challenges, keep one guy standing Messenger Raven and still tie dominance, but it's I can it's two because Edic's ability, but you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's the dominance now?
I mean, easy for Knights, which I don't know exactly the number, but
Yeah, pretty easy.
like,
And the Warsaw then
they
should be
can't easy.
14. Hasn't quite closed it though. If
With the
Bara...
whole throne, it would still be.
Brandon Swift goes to put milk, okay. If Bara actually had won dominance here, would be on 12 and quite close to Robert's ability just being able to win the game, but not quite. Yeah. Pointy and... Well, he's put the milk on so he can get rid of Disputed Claim, which is the dead card, so I guess that's not happening. He's just going to waste the Pointy and or take the dupe of Andrew, I guess.
Yeah, I think the group of Andrew goes.
We're not going into Morgulis anyway. Superduck cannot possibly in a million years fail to close this, I think.
Mm.
That traitor is stuck on a 1 cost character that will be kept anyway, but even if it wasn't, I mean...
I mean, even if it's not, like, it goes on one of those ones that kneels itself to, you know,
Yeah.
give renown on hope.
Do you know what the other 2 games are?
I don't, but I'll quickly check. Um, so three companies, Rupert's playing against Uniting the Realm against Jing,
Mm-hmm.
and Kohor is played by Francis against Bamboo playing Wolf. So yeah, seems like
I think the
they have
Chinese team will win this.
split most decks among. Yeah, I mean Wolf against Kohor can be really rough. The attrition choke combination is like. I remember playing against Nachos Kraken, which is kind of has similar tricks. It's horrible.
There we are, milk goes again. I mean, in most games this would be quite a board to set up after the Harris. There's 2 renowns there, there's insight, there's a lot of power stuff and traitors. But in this particular game it's just... It's like nothing. Can't even
I'm
push a
honestly
single
surprised
challenge
that
through.
Superduck's not using Builder at the Wall to just reduce something because he's kind of useless with Traitor.
Yeah. Whatever.
You know, he collected 6 gold, marshaled, you know, this.
Doesn't have a military icon though, so Robert can get double renown. Of course, there's War in the
Does not
Shadows.
have military icon though. Do we really believe that?
It will come out now. Can it beat 9? Borderline can right now with the wall and Sentinel stand. 9.
If there's another one, he just wins, right? He isn't.
Yeah.
I killed the one with traitor and discarded. If, in theory, there was another round.
I think everyone defends.
I mean, I would not defend with the highborn recruits that can give oof. No.
If everyone defends and the last card is Nightmares to stop Starry Sept, then the wall will
The
just
last
trigger.
card is
Oh,
traitor.
it just went back to hand. Okay, so it's perfect information. Everyone defending just wins with Starry Sept on defense.
Or either of the two renowns.
Honestly, nothing Henry could have done here. Really, could have waited with breaking ties a little bit, but I don't know what it's going to do. I mean, it gets rid of one card, but look at all the cards are one cost little chuds that have 4 strength. So
I guess removing Starry Sept at this point would have
yeah.
spared.
Yeah, but if Robert then also keeps getting blanked, he's not outpacing the ball anyway. Even if Superduck had to take it a bit slower here.
Yeah, Sentinel stand is really what did it, because if without it the strength goes down significantly, then you know.
But look, that's what this deck does, right? It draws 3 and plays out everything it gets. And
it had the Sentinel stand on setup,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, but if it wasn't that, it would be something else. I mean, okay, you can get a set of cards that are not winning this matchup, but mostly it does alright. And it has support of the people, right, as well, to find the Starry Sept and Sentinel Stand and such if you let it win a challenge.
Yeah.
Interesting to see. We've done a lot of testing of all of our matchups to see whether they win or not, and had let's say above average actual results compared to our testing results. And here, yeah, some games you just cannot.
I thought, on paper usually Wall versus Throne and Chamber usually win, right? But Sentinel Stand probably denies you the Chamber dominance.
Like I said, I have some chance. I struggle as well with Bara control, but if you play control, right, and then there's a lot of the board is nailed, for instance, due to Robert and such, and you get your Selisi rounds. It's a bit different. Maybe you have a chance. It's not great, but you have a chance. But this is more of a dominance rush, right? Just goes quickly with a fast Robert with Fist for Crows. And he's right, he could have had thrown round 1 and played an early Fist for Crows, and maybe he'd get. He was at 10, right, at one point. So maybe there was some window there, but it closes very quickly. That's the thing.
That's gonna be, it looks difficult for Baratheon team now, honestly.
Yeah, I think so. If it's so Smuggler, as you said, right, against the Uniting, that can have a set of cards. Let's say the Tilin Pain is not there, and then you do Corain, but also, I mean, all the stand that Queen's Guards and Plaza of Pride bring. It's a bit rough.
There's a lot, yeah, and like I said, Banner Wolf against Kohor.
Yeah, that's also like a short window for Kohor to just get the cards and establish a situation that cannot be reset and cannot be overcome. But just imagine that weird second round marched into Ramsey where you kept 2 characters and you thought you were safe.
Yeah, or even just if you establish some type of board and you get non-save area, then
or Harrenhal is there. They don't actually play Harrenhal in this deck, but in general in Knights of Wolf in some other versions, Harrenhal is there, and then Kohor has answers, but you need to waste around, right, so that you can blank Harrenhal or play King in the North, which also Francis' deck doesn't have, to then
I mean, Smith also works. No, it doesn't.
Smith doesn't work. Yeah. And then you can play your actual cards that gain power for you, and it's way too slow. And in the meantime, they've done so much aggro at you that they chip away at your stuff, and eventually Ramsey takes your hope away or something. So it's not gonna be fun. But I mean, individually, both are still winnable. I don't. I guess they can tell us how testing went, but I think they got screwed a little with the matchups here.
Yeah, because I think Kohor has some good counterplay for the wall deck. It's super fast. It has um, seized. It has Mad King, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think smugglers too could fight against the wall a little bit.
I mean, smugglers, of course, they just kneel both. I mean, if you have one of those Korean and the ship combos and you just kneel the wall and sentinel stand, then I think.
Yeah, and Robert is there, so some chance. But
Mm.
this one, this one's the worst. So what can you do?
Yeah, interesting. When I saw it on paper, I just made the assumption that it looks like it was actually really horrible.
So this video will not be uploaded before the last two games are completed anyway, but just in case you're watching it in some kind of chronological order, they'll be streaming tomorrow, I think, for the last two games. They played 2 hours apart, so I think we can. It's close enough to be worth it. So I'll see what I can do. Well, if it's 2-0 after the second one, then maybe we don't do the third one, but maybe we do. So we'll have a look at that, and then the last round, the final, depends. Can't guarantee it, but I'll try to make an effort to have that covered as well.
Okay.
So yes, that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Bye.